Why haven't nuclear weapons been used in war since 1945? If they are the most destructive weapons ever created, why do major powers continue to keep and modernize them? And why does the possibility of nuclear escalation still shape decisions in conflicts like Ukraine or tensions over Taiwan? The answer lies in the logic of nuclear deterrence and the fragile framework of arms control that tries to manage it. Nuclear deterrence is built on a brutal calculation. If two adversaries possess the capability to destroy each other completely, neither side will rationally initiate war. This logic became central during the Cold War, when the United States and the Soviet Union accumulated thousands of nuclear warheads. The concept of mutually assured destruction, MAT, meant that even a victory would result in catastrophic retaliation. The Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 demonstrated how close the world came to nuclear war, and how deterrence forced restraint. Both sides stepped back not out of trust, but because escalation meant annihilation. Deterrence depends on credibility. A state must convince adversaries that it both can and will retaliate if attacked. This is why nuclear powers maintain second strike capabilities, such as submarine-launched ballistic missiles that ensure survival even after a first strike. Today, the United States, Russia, China, France, and the United Kingdom are recognized nuclear weapon states under the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT. India, Pakistan, and North Korea also possess nuclear capabilities, while Iran's nuclear program remains a focal point of global diplomacy. Each case reflects how deterrence shapes regional stability differently. Arms control emerged as an attempt to stabilize this dangerous equilibrium. Treaties, such as the NPT, aim to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons, while agreements like START and New START between the US and Russia sought to limit deployed warheads and delivery systems. These frameworks do not eliminate nuclear weapons. They attempt to manage competition and reduce the risk of accidental escalation. Even during periods of intense rivalry, arms control negotiations continued because both sides recognized the catastrophic consequences of uncontrolled buildup. In recent years, however, arms control has weakened. The collapse of the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces, NF Treaty, and rising tensions between major powers have raised concerns about a renewed arms race. China's expanding nuclear arsenal, Russia's nuclear signaling during the Ukraine war, and North Korea's missile tests demonstrate how deterrence remains central to strategic calculations. At the same time, technological advances, including missile defense systems and hypersonic weapons, complicate traditional deterrence stability by altering perceptions of vulnerability. Nuclear deterrence represents the paradox of modern security. Peace maintained through the threat of total destruction. Arms control attempts to reduce the dangers within this system, but it depends on trust, verification, and political will. In an anarchic international order, nuclear weapons remain both stabilizers and sources of profound risk. Understanding deterrence explains why major powers act cautiously in direct confrontation, and why nuclear diplomacy remains one of the most critical dimensions of global governance. And now that you see how strategic stability is maintained at the highest level of military power, the next step is to examine how economic tools, such as sanctions and trade wars, have become alternative instruments of coercion in modern geopolitics.